What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the state of Missouri? Missouri might be known for its big cities like St. Louis and Kansas City, but behind the glitter of its metropolitan areas, there are many small towns with their own unique charm. These towns may not be popular tourist destinations, but they offer experiences that are often deeper and more meaningful. From the birthplace of legendary literary figures to villages with European-style castles. Here are 15 unique towns in the state known as the Mother of the West, places that might deserve a spot on your next travel list. Our journey begins in northern Missouri, right in a quiet little town on the banks of the Mississippi River. Its name is Hannibal, and although it's not a big city, its impact on American literary history is significant. This is where Mark Twain or Samuel Clemens grew up, and where the stories of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn came to life. And yes, walking around Hannibal feels like stepping directly into Mark Twain's world. There's his childhood home, which is now a museum, peaceful streets filled with nostalgia, and even the limestone cave where Tom and Becky got lost, which you can still visit today. But Hannibal is not just about Twain and his works. The town also features a lighthouse on Cardiff Hill and lush riverside parks. Its calm atmosphere and nostalgic feel make Hannibal a sort of time capsule where the past and present live together in harmony. From Hannibal, we head northwest to Chillicothe. At first glance, this town may seem ordinary, but don't be fooled by its simplicity, because this is where a small innovation changed the habits of people all around the world: sliced bread. Yes, in 1928, Chillicothe became the first city in the world to sell pre-sliced bread commercially. Since then, the phrase, "the best thing since sliced bread," was born from this town of over 9,000 residents. Today, Chillicothe embraces that history as part of its identity. In the downtown area, there's a small museum that tells the story of sliced bread and how one machine made life easier for so many. But that's not all. The town is also known for its giant murals painted on old building walls, illustrating local life with distinct colors and style. Chillicothe may not be bustling, but it knows how to take pride in its unique heritage. Next is Marceline, a town that to many might just be a tiny dot on the map. But some of you may not know this fun fact about the town. We all know Disney's creations, and boom, this town was actually a source of inspiration for Walt Disney himself, the man behind Mickey Mouse and Friends. Though born in Chicago, young Disney grew up in Marceline, in a modest little house, and the town left such a deep impression on him that it became the main model for Main Street USA in Disneyland and other Disney theme parks. Walking through the town center feels like stepping into an imagined world. There's a small Walt Disney Museum filled with family memorabilia and personal letters showing just how much he loved his childhood here. There are no rides or character costumes in Marceline. What you'll find is sincerity, silence, and a sense of respect for childhood, something that makes Marceline feel like a quiet pilgrimage site, especially for true Disney fans. From the world of imagination, we now move into the world of history. St. Genevieve, located on the banks of the Mississippi River, is the oldest town in Missouri. Founded by French settlers in the 18th century, the town still preserves many buildings in French colonial style, which is rare to find in other parts of America. Walking down the cobblestone streets, you'll see wooden houses with steep roofs, yards enclosed by low fences, and an old church still standing tall. This town looks like a painting from the past. peaceful, elegant, and full of cultural heritage. There aren't many towns in America that can offer such an authentic European feel. No wonder people often call St. Genevieve the Little France of the Midwest. Not far from St. Genevieve, there's Kimmswick, a tiny town that's equally charming. With a population of just over 100 people, the sense of community here is incredibly alive. Kimmswick is known for its food festivals, especially the Apple Butter Festival, which draws thousands of visitors every year. There's also one attraction that never fails to make visitors laugh and be amazed. The Levy High apple pie, a giant apple pie that can weigh up to 7 kilograms. This town feels like a storybook village, complete with antique shops, tea houses, and small streets filled with green views and local cultural highlights. Moving to the heart of Missouri, let's head to a city called Rolla, a place where science and nature go hand in hand. As we know, Rolla is not a big city, but it's home to one of the top engineering institutions in the country, Missouri University of Science and Technology, formerly known as the Missouri School of Mines. The city has long been home to engineers, researchers, and students from around the world. Surrounding it are green hills and comfortable biking trails. One of the most unique spots is Missouri's own version of Stonehenge, a replica of the ancient British monument built with high precision by engineering students. There are also large parks perfect for picnics or just reading under a tree. If Rolla blends science and nature, Hermann brings us back to strong European roots. Located in the fertile valley of the Missouri River, this town was built by German immigrants in the 19th century. They came with a dream, to create a little Germany in their new homeland, and the result is truly impressive. To this day, Hermann is still known as a center for vineyards and some of the best wine production in Missouri. Every fall, the town holds a lively Oktoberfest, complete with traditional music, dancing, and of course, local wines that rival those from the Rhine Valley. But Hermann isn't just about drinks. The homes here are made of stone and red brick in classic German style, and the town streets feel like part of a European village. If you want to experience European culture without leaving America, Hermann is the place. Not far from Hermann, you'll find the city of St. Robert, with a very different atmosphere. This city has grown and developed due to its proximity to the large military base, Fort Leonard Wood. The streets here are filled with military symbols, from tanks to places popular among soldiers and their families. The population can change drastically depending on the military training season. But behind its stiff and formal appearance, St. Robert has a friendlier side. The local community is active, with many social events and family bazaars. There are also small, open monuments and museums honoring veterans and introducing visitors to American military history. Now we turn southwest toward Camdenton, the gateway to one of the most famous lakes in the Midwest, Lake of the Ozarks. Make no mistake, this isn't a small lake. It has a dragon-like shape, with thousands of kilometers of shoreline and hundreds of vacation homes scattered around it. Camdenton is a top destination for local tourists, especially in summer. But there's one place that really sets it apart, the ruins of Tonka Castle. Once a luxurious home built by a wealthy nobleman who dreamed of creating a European-style castle in America, it now stands as romantic ruins on a limestone bluff overlooking the lake. So it's no surprise that many people come not just to swim, but also to simply sit on the dock and watch the sunset from one of the most peaceful spots in Missouri. From a tourist atmosphere, we shift to a more rural feel in West Plains. This town is located in the hilly, forested region of the Ozarks. Driving here means winding roads through fields, farms, and small villages that seem untouched by time. West Plains isn't a busy place, and that's its charm. With a tight-knit community, life moves slowly, and the local farmers market is always a gathering spot. Parks like Galloway Creek or the Grand Gulf State Park nearby offer a truly authentic outdoor experience. Now we arrive in Branson, a town that hardly needs an introduction. For many people in the Midwest, Branson is the go-to spot for a family vacation without the need to fly far. But beyond the stage lights and giant billboards, it holds stories just as interesting as what it shows. Nestled in the Ozark Hills, Branson is an entertainment paradise with dozens of theaters, live music shows, and family attractions. But the city isn't only about shows. There's Silver Dollar City, a 19th century themed amusement park, complete with handmade crafts, blacksmithing, and traditional food cooked over wood fires. There's also the peaceful Lake Taneycomo, where people come to fish for trout on quiet mornings. And there's the Branson Scenic Railway, a tourist train that runs through valleys and old bridges, giving us a slice of Missouri through the window. Leaving the world of entertainment and spotlight behind, we head to southwest Missouri to visit a town nicknamed America's Maple Leaf City. Carthage, that's its name, seems to stitch the past and present together in many ways, through festivals, historic buildings, and strong traditions. One of its main attractions is the Maple Leaf Festival, a fall celebration featuring parades, art markets, running races, and local beauty contests, all held along old town streets shaded by orange-colored maple trees. But this town of about 15,000 residents also holds a spiritual and religious side through the Precious Moments Chapel, a garden and building complex decorated with statues and murals by illustrator Samuel J. Butcher. Inside, the atmosphere is calm and solemn, a contrast to the lively festival spirit in the town center. Next, not far from Kansas City, we find a town with a name that instantly makes people pause for a moment: Peculiar. A name that, true to its meaning, is a bit odd, and that's no accident. Legend says that in the late 19th century, the town's postmaster grew frustrated because every name he submitted was rejected by the central government. In his frustration, he wrote a letter: "We don't care what name you give us, just make it peculiar." And they took it literally. Today, Peculiar embraces that strangeness as part of its identity. A banner at the town's entrance reads, "Where the odds are with you." There are small community festivals, family-friendly parks, and local schools proudly using the name Peculiar in various activities. This town might not have any major tourist attractions, but its charm lies in its courage to be different. Yes, Peculiar teaches us that sometimes uniqueness doesn't need to be explained, just accepted and celebrated. Moving north, near the Kansas border, we arrive in Weston, a small town with a truly classic atmosphere. In its downtown area, old brick buildings stand lined with antique shops, local coffee houses, and craft boutiques. Weston is a place often overlooked by major tourists, but once you step into it, there's a sense of calm that's hard to explain. The town was originally known for its industrial heritage, including the oldest brewery and winery in Missouri, established back in the 1800s. Here, you can take a brewery tour, sample local wines, or simply sit on a porch and enjoy the view of the green hills. The end of this journey brings us back into the heart of the Ozarks, to a small town called Eminence. Far from the crowds, surrounded by forests, rivers, and stunning rock formations, Eminence is a paradise for nature lovers. The Jack's Fork River and the Current River flow clear between limestone cliffs, making it a favorite spot for canoeing, tubing, and fishing. But there's something even more special. Every summer, the town hosts a wild horse gathering that brings visitors from all over. Horse parades, rodeo shows, and community celebrations create a truly unique atmosphere far removed from modern Missouri. From literary nostalgia in Hannibal to the giant baked apple pie in Kimmswick, from the vineyards of Hermann to castle ruins in Camdenton, Missouri, is home to small towns full of surprises. These towns may not be as big or as busy as others, but this is where the most genuine stories are often found. In the end, every town has its own way of being unique, whether through history, culture, food, or even just its name. And that's where Missouri's real richness lies, in the small differences that come together to form a broad and vibrant landscape. If you have a favorite town from this list, or maybe you visited one before, share your story in the comments.